Yo, what's good everyone? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another Geoguessr video. So recently, fellow Geoguessr YouTuber Chicago Geographer made 2 videos where he played against a recently developed AI which specializes in geolocation. Now, I thought it'd be really fun to go ahead and play a duel against this AI and see how I'm able to do against it. And so basically, here's how it works. You upload the image and it gives you the country which it thinks it is. It also gives you an explanation as to why it thinks it's there and also coordinates. Now, the coordinates are not always that accurate to what it says in the description, but we use them anyway to determine what the AI's guess is, and then it also shows you the exact place it guessed and also sources for how it was able to get there. And that's actually a minion there, destroying the pyramids with laser eyes. So there you go. The things you can discover on the History Channel. But okay, you guys get the picture. Let's get straight into a game against the AI. Okay, off we go against the Thai goat here. Let's see what we're able to see on route number 1 here. It looks like, to me, this one's going to be in Thailand. We've got these square concrete poles. The banana plants, particularly these pines, remind me of northern Thailand as opposed to southern. So I'm definitely leaning towards the north of the country here. Yellow centerline also checks out. Everything is looking good for Thailand. So I was thinking probably somewhere up in this region here, maybe one of these states here. Maybe Chiang Mai is even the most likely. So I'll probably leave my marker there. Indeed, let's hit guess and go on over to the other tab. And here we are. I've zoomed the UI out so we can take a screenshot as big as possible here. But let's just head on over here and take a snip. Okay, it's uploading. Let's see what the AI thinks here. I'm very curious. I think it should be able to get Thailand if we have the polls included. And it is indeed saying Thailand. The photo was taken in a rural area of Thailand. The road is narrow. Kind of true. And there are no buildings or other structures. The vegetation is lush and green and the sky is hazy. The photo was taken on a clear day. Interesting. I mean, that's kind of not true. But, I mean, sometimes the AI just waffles a little bit. But let's see where I actually thought here by opening up Google Maps and see where the AI is actually going to guess. And okay, a fairly similar guess here, a bit more hedging, right at the southeast border of Sukhothai. So let's go on over here into Geoguessr once again and put our marker down in Sukhothai here, which is of course over this direction here. So just about here. Tiny little marker there because I got everything zoomed out. But let's see who's actually closer here after the first round. And, okay, I didn't actually have my tabs sorted out very well there, but it was more so in the north of the country. It ended up being on the western border, right near Myanmar. So obviously the AI's guess was pretty decent there, but we ended up getting a lot closer ourselves, doing 500 points of damage. And I actually just think I should mention before I go on that, of course, if you try and use this in comp, you will get banned. It is against the rules to use any AI help. And obviously, it goes without saying, but please use this tool for good, not for evil, obviously. There are plenty of ways you could use this tool that's not so good, even outside of the context of Geoguessr. So, you know, it is a kind of a murky area. But, you know, I could just say that that's an important thing to mention, I think. But you will get banned if you use this on Geoguessr. I've already played against someone who I thought was using this and they got banned the next day. So anyway, next one here, it looks like we're probably going to be somewhere in Eswatini here. Eswatini has a lot of this red soil. The wooden poles that are really tall are also common in Eswatini. We've got small houses here. I feel like the bot should be able to get this, but it might try South Africa instead because, of course, it doesn't know about camera generations and Google coverage like some of the other AIs we've covered on this channel in the past. But okay, I think I'll put my guess probably a little bit northeast of Mbabane here, like maybe around here. I think this should be a fine enough guess. Probably actually maybe a bit closer. Let me just go, yeah, I'm just going to hedge it here. That should be a fine enough guess. Okay, let us see what the AI is thinking here. I'm going to take my screenshot. Obviously, I can't get the entire screen in because I think if I include the map, it'll probably screw up the AI a little bit. But such is life. You know, the AI has the access to the internet, whereas I do not. So I feel like it's fair. And here we go. On goes the image. Let us see what the AI is thinking about this one. If it gets Eswatini, that's impressive. And it does. Mbabane City here. So there we go. It's on a rural road. It's unpaved. I wonder if this was trained on Google Maps then, because I feel like getting Eswatini there is a very impressive guess, you know, without that, just knowing stuff about the world. But here are the reference images. Clearly none of them are actually from Google, and I'm gonna say it's pretty close as well. I mean, I definitely think it's probably somewhere further towards Eswatini. Let's go find out. So that is the AI's guess there, just west of Mbabane here. Just a minute to go, so let's get in on the map here. Okay, and the AI is clicking right here. Let us see. This time I'll quickly hop on over to the other tab so we actually get an idea of that. And there we go. The AI is ever so slightly closer there. Was a bit further south than I expected. 5 points. The AI makes a little fight back here. I like it a lot. Let's see what happens on round number 3 here. Looking like Norway immediately here. I'm probably going to have to alter the screenshot a little bit here so the AI can see the red house, because that obviously wouldn't be quite fair if it couldn't see that. I think I would probably say somewhere around Trondheim here. You do get a lot of Generation 3 coverage there, so this kind of older coverage. But then also this kind of combination of like kind of big pine trees, but also flat landscape. I feel like I sometimes see that on like these islands here. I might try the island of Hitra, to be honest. I feel like it is kind of possible here. So I'll go here. I think I kind of like that guess. Let's put the AI in here and see what the AI is thinking. Okay, so this time when I take the screenshot, I'm just going to include everything. I'm going to include the minimap in the bottom right and hope that that's okay, because I think it's definitely worthwhile. I mean, we could just go like that, but I think it's more fair to the AI if we just do that. Let's see if that's acceptable to the AI here. So we're putting it in. I think it should be fine. I think it'll definitely get Norway here with these long dashes. They're very, very Norwegian. And so it is saying Norway. It is a rural area of Norway. And it's got a lake in the background. That's all stuff we already knew, of course. Let's see exactly where it's guessing, if it's going to go nearby my guess of Trondheim or elsewhere. And okay, I was zoomed in like this. I was like, is it still loading or what? But no, the AI has done a typical move, which we saw in the Chicago Geographer version of the video. He loves to guess in the ocean. You know, not a bad guess here, I would say. With these pine trees, he definitely could be closer, just north of Oslo in the lake near Hamar here. So let's go ahead and guess here on the lake near Hamar. Okay, there we go. I've sent in the guess, and let's put in our guess over here and see who's closer. I feel like I am closer this time. AI's guess is also quite good. And where is it going to be here? Okay, it was one of these islands. Pretty happy with that guess. I definitely just kind of recognized the region. AI doing decently though, especially, you know, like this brain here is trained on Google Maps imagery. I wouldn't have got that close were it not for the fact that I know that kind of coverage, but the AI in some ways more impressive, you know, without having to do that. But okay, next one here, clearly going to be Senegal with this Google car. Again, it's probably going to be one where we have to include the map in the bottom right here for the AI. But okay, let's go ahead over here to Senegal and think about where we want to guess. The car's really dirty. I do recall that this road up here has a lot of dirtiness on it. So I wonder if we could just be up here. That seems possible to me. It's quite a commit, but I feel like that actually may be the case. Otherwise, it's probably just near Dakar. For example, I don't think it's like south of the river. That would be much more lush than this. We do have a palm tree, which is a bit weird. To be fair, you are near like a river here. So maybe I'll go a little bit further towards the river. But that is the entire border being a river. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm happy with this guess. It is a bit of a commit. So maybe the bot will just hedge here and get a better guess. But I'll leave my marker there. Okay, and let's see what the bot is thinking here. We got the image uploading and an interesting guess here. Burkina Faso comes out from the bot. Of course, for those of you who are watching who aren't so experienced on Geoguessr, there is no Google coverage in Burkina Faso, so this one never could have been there. But nevertheless, let's read through the description because this is quite interesting. The photo was taken in a rural area of Burkina Faso. The road is unpaved, which it is actually paved, so that's an interesting call. The vegetation is sparse, that's at least true. There are a few trees, the sky is clear, the buildings are made of mud brick, very good call, that's a very important clue for this part of the world. Thatched roofs, not so sure we actually see that, but it's definitely possible that some of them might be. The photo is taken from a moving vehicle, well that's also true. And so let's see, I'm struggling to think of how close Burkina Faso actually is to Senegal. So let's actually head on over into Google here and see exactly how close that's gonna be. And I mean, I feel like it's not that far, right? Okay, Burkina Faso is actually quite far here. That is just outside the capital city there. So yeah, let's see exactly how many points this nets us. I feel like this was the AI's first big blunder, of course. I don't know, is the AI strong? I feel like we will see at least one round where the AI gets significantly closer to me here. But let's put in our guess here and head on over to the duel over on my other screen and send in our guess here. Doesn't really matter where in Senegal this is. We're of course going to be a lot closer. And will we have the icing on the cake of being close? No, it was on this road. Actually, yeah, that road's dirty as well. 100 points. I guess the AI is lucky that our guess was quite suboptimal. So let's just head through to the next round here and see what we're thinking. And so first one, or fifth round here rather, and we are somewhere in South Africa. So this one might be challenging for the AI, although this type of sign is very much a Southern African type of sign. But yeah, we have these kind of lowish trees. It almost looks like it was taken during the winter where a lot of the trees are kind of, you know, lost their greenness. So I associate that a lot with like kind of this area here or this area here. I feel like it does quite look like those. Maybe this is the safest guess like that, I reckon. Or maybe even just a bit closer to Gaborone because it does look a lot like the kind of Gaborone area of Botswana here. So I think I might go for this guess here. I feel like I quite like that. And let's see what the AI is thinking here. I'm really curious. I'll try and give the AI the best view it can have here. And so let's head on over back here and see what it says. Right, I have perhaps a hot take here, but I feel like the AI is actually going to guess like a Botswana or Zimbabwe or something like that. It might guess South Africa, but I feel like there are more areas that kind of look like this in those other countries I mentioned. So let's see if I'm right about that. And so it says Botswana, Maun. Yeah, very, very reasonable. It does look like Maun. Unfortunately, because of the camera generation here, I know this is South Africa, and it gives very, very round numbers here for its coordinates. That's interesting. I wonder what the meaning of that is, but let's get on over here. We know where Maun is, but let's see the exact guess here, and it's in the middle of the desert. Okay, it's quite a bit away from Maun. It is definitely closer than it could have been. East of Maun there. Well, that's not even in Maun. That's interesting. That's in the central district. I think we'll stick with the coordinate because it is closer. I guess we'll just take the better of the two guesses if we already know where it is. And yeah, let's guess there. So yeah, really interesting here. The bot definitely making some interesting guesses for sure. But that is the guess of the bot. And let's see how close I am, because it is still possible that my guess is pretty far from optimal here, and that the bot is perhaps even, a little bit, not taking as much damage as I thought. It could be like up here, for example, in which case the bot is not so bad off. But let's find out here. Okay, it was pretty close to where I was thinking there. Definitely taking some significant damage here, 1.8k. It's been a pretty easy ride for me. Obviously not flawless, but pretty easy ride so far. Let's see if we get a more difficult round. We may have to switch to a map that is just more difficult, and I have a really good idea for what we could do with that. But this one here, we seem to be driving left-hand side of the road. So with these poles, it should either be Thailand or Laos, but with left-hand drive, should be Thailand. And, the abundance of red soil definitely reminds me of Eastern Thailand here. So maybe just like around here, like Sakon Nakhon here, I feel like makes quite a bit of sense. Definitely could be a bunch of places around that Eastern Thai region. So let's see what the AI says. Oakley dokley. We are uploading, and a Myanmar guess here. Very interesting, because we were driving left, and I'm pretty sure Myanmar drives on the right-hand side of the road. But let's see here. I think this is probably spelling the end of the life for the bot, unless this happens to be Western Thailand, in which case it could be rather close. Well, let's see exactly where it's guessing here. If it's far away from Thailand to Myanmar, then that's going to be bad news for the bot. But let's find out exactly where the bot's going. And of course, it's here in Myanmar, and that's going to be in Yangon. Okay, so not so far from Thailand. If it happens to be here, the bot could be closer. But I just thought with the red soil, it's much more likely to be out east here. But yeah, Yangon makes sense. It is not the worst guess I've ever seen. Probably looks fairly similar, I imagine. I hope maybe one day Myanmar, when the political unrest is all over, that we get some coverage there. But it's probably a while away, I could only assume. Anyway, we're putting our marker down here, heading on over back to my tab. And we're seeing how good my Thailand guess was here. I feel like the game ends here, but I have a really good idea for the rematch. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, it actually was Vientiane. Motorcycle was passing by the other side of the road. So I actually end up winning there against the Thai goat, guessing Thailand, but it was not Thailand at all. So there we go. That first game there, we only lost a few points all in all, but I have an idea where I feel like the AI could thrive, where I might struggle a bit. Okay, so clearly there was a bit of a skill imbalance when it came to the last mode, but now instead of doing a normal world map, I'm going to be playing on a totally normal zoom world, which basically starts off super zoomed in, but I think this actually will benefit the AI much more because it can use vegetation and foliage in a way that I might not be able to, especially if we're just zoomed in on the side of the road or just zoomed in on something else completely random. So let's see how this goes. I'm very curious, and let's get into the first round. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about here. It's zoomed in like this. And I think on this occasion, I do know the country. It's probably just going to be Eswatini again. We have those yellow outer lines here, and we're driving on the left-hand side of the road. Now, the most convincing clue for Eswatini here is the fact that we have this golden grass everywhere, which is just super common in that country. So let's get into things here. I think Mbabane is a fine enough guess here. I'm just going to leave it there. Let's see what the AI says. Okay, we have the result for the first one here. We actually have a Zimbabwe guess, which I feel like is very reasonable, especially zoomed in. So maybe this isn't going to be as good as I thought. Maybe it's not going to be as balanced. Anyway, we can see where the AI is guessing here roughly. Can't even find the coordinates that it's given us. Okay, here it is, just south of Harare there. Not that far from Eswatini, I think, but it definitely could have been a better guess. So let's head on over into Geoguessr here. Plonk down just in the southern half near Harare here. Make a guess. Obviously, don't need to be too precise here. And back over here. well, we've seen what's going to be from the opponent. Let's guess ourselves. And will it be downtown? Yeah, it's going to be right near Mbabane there. That time is 1.7k damage, so not so bad for the Thai goat. I accidentally somehow pasted that text into OBS. Goodbye text. There we go. Next one here. Glad I noticed that. Next one here. What have we got? Oh, that's interesting. This is not so easy. I think the AI might have a better idea than I do here. I could definitely see Senegal working here. It does kind of feel like that. I don't know if it's savanna or like what the right word is in African. Maybe not savanna. I don't know. Maybe just sub-Saharan kind of tropical, but not quite, but very dry landscape here. Not tropical, really. I don't know. So that came to mind. I also thought of Thailand. I think if you squint, it looks a lot like Thailand, but I don't think the trees themselves actually fit that well for it. Yeah, I think this is Africa somewhere. I guess Kenya is possible. But I think Senegal is actually, all in all, the thing that makes the most sense to me here. So I'm probably just going to guess there. I'll probably leave my guess, like, I guess, maybe around here. Maybe even actually further east here. Near Tambacounda could be a better hedge for what this looks like to me. But let's head on over here to the screenshot and see what the AI is thinking instead. Because I feel like this one, definitely the AI has potential to catch up to me. But it is so sparse, the information. Let's see what the AI is thinking here. And Niger. Okay, not a bad one. Honestly, that makes me feel better about my guess as well. If it's kind of thinking along the same lines, it'd be great if you could kind of, oh, this is the sources, very interesting. It'd be great if you could kind of say not Niger, but nearest possible coverage. We could actually give the bot the benefit of the doubt with that and say, okay, we can just guess in the nearest possible coverage. But for now, it's going to guess in Niamey. That is not too far from Senegal again. Last time on Senegal, it went Burkina Faso, of course. So it tends to have some decent vibes there. We're guessing in Niamey. So let's just make our guess. Actually, here, sorry. So let's just make our guess and see exactly where it's going to be, because I'm kind of curious here. I mean, I feel like I should be right, but it is possible that the bot's actually closer than us here. Okay, was Senegal actually close to Tuba there? Again, my Senegal guesses have not been very good, but at the same time, the bot's guesses have not been either. He's actually closer to Nigeria, but okay. Still possibility for the bot to win here on a map like this. And the next one here is kind of difficult. First thought was Mexico. I mean, we're clearly driving on the right-hand side of the road here. That pole top would be weird for Brazil, for example. And also, I feel like the plates are a little bit short for Brazil as well. So yeah, I guess this is just Mexico. I'm struggling to think what else it could be. Maybe, yeah, I feel like Mexico is really the only country that makes sense here. Oh man, I feel like the bot's just not going to get this. I feel like this is a really tough ask. We'll see what happens here. I mean, I still have to get the right region in order to knock him out. And I would say maybe it feels kind of Nuevo Leon. I don't know, Coahuila, Nuevo Leon. I'll probably just hedge between those two, I think. Could just as easily be Tamaulipas. Maybe I'll hedge here. I think I'll leave my marker there. Let's see what the bot thinks. Okay, bot, what are you thinking? I'm very keen to see. Thinking a lot about this one, by the way. And there we go, Belize. Okay, yeah, another really reasonable guess here. Honestly, the bot is very good at getting the right continent. I don't think we've ever seen it go the wrong continent yet. But unfortunately, Google coverage is just such an advantage. It goes to show. Yeah, let's find out what exactly it is here. I'm assuming it is Mexico, but, you know, the Belize guess could theoretically be closer because it is bordering Mexico, of course. So let's send in the guess like that and head on over to Geoguessr on my screen. Very different guesses. I feel like it is probably a bit too dry to be Campeche, Yucatan. Let's find out here, shall we? Okay, it was Northern Colombia, the bot, with the Belize hedge. It pays off big time, 900 points there. Well, I was not thinking that was Colombia because we didn't have a yellow plate, but apparently it just was. Well done to the bot there. Okay, there's still life left in this game, I feel. And here we have the next one. This is clearly India. I mean, I know that with the camera quality. We'll see about the bot, but I feel like we do have enough infrastructure stuff here for the bot to get it right. We'll see about that. Anyway, I think this is probably like up in the northern states of India based on the vegetation here. Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, one of those three. I'll probably go in Haryana here. I think this is actually more so up this direction. So yeah, let me just leave my guess like in central Haryana here, and we'll see what the bot thinks. Okay, Mr. Bot, what will you say about this? I think it's going to get India, but where to go? Okay, India indeed. Rural landscape. It's got crops and everything. I feel like it will get northern here, but it has a tendency to hedge in the middle of the country. So I've not really seen it go right on an extremity yet. Let's see exactly, or like near the capital city. So maybe it will actually get it because it's near the capital here, near Delhi. But let's see, I could actually be wrong. I'm just basically basing my guess off the fact that we don't have any palm trees here. But let's see what exactly the bot's thinking here, because we don't know where yet. And okay, in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of the country. Okay, it could be closer than me here. It is literally clicking in the dead center of Madhya Pradesh. Yeah, I told you the bot likes to hedge. As I said, like sometimes coordinates are not exactly what the bot's thinking. It's kind of a placeholder thing. But okay, let's head on over here to Geoguessr. It's going to be easy enough to click in the middle of Madhya Pradesh, one of the most famous states of India. And let's press our guess and see where exactly it's gonna be. I'm a poet and I just don't think it. Okay, Haryana versus Madhya Pradesh. What is going to be better here? Okay, it was Gujarat. Once again, another W for the bot here. Not as many points, just 364, but you can see this one's going a lot more nicely for the bot. Okay, 1.5 times damage here. And we are back in the middle of nowhere. I love to see it. Immediate vibe was maybe Botswana here. This one's definitely more difficult. I could see this one being pretty much anywhere in Africa with the inclusion of like Eswatini, maybe South Africa, Kenya, maybe Nigeria, but also Senegal possible. I feel like the best of them all is definitely Botswana though. Not entirely sure where in the country it would be, maybe like out this direction. Sometimes you get roads here that kind of look similar to this, I feel. Yeah, think I'm happy with that. Let us head on over to see what the bot thinks here. Screenshot-wise, I don't think it gets too much more, so I'll just go like this. And okay, the moment of truth. Will it get Botswana? That would be pretty crazy if it is indeed there. I think it gets Africa, and it does go Botswana. Okay, but let's see. Does it? It's last time it said Maun. This time it doesn't have a specific city in mind, although it looks like we might be going in Gaborone here, because that feels like a big city from what I can tell. So let's head on over into Google and see where this is. I'm assuming Gaborone here. Zooming out, looks like it, yeah. Central Gaborone. I could definitely see the bot being closer than us here, guys. This is kind of exciting. Okay, so let's head on over here. Obviously, guessing Gaborone here. It's going to be right downtown like that. We'll press guess and head on over back into Geoguessr, where we are guessing up here. Oops. Let's have a look around here. I think we're closer here, but I feel it's actually a bit further west than what we are. It could also be down here with this landscape, but I feel like it is maybe closer to Maun here. So the bot's previous guess potentially better than its guess this time on Botswana. Where is it actually? Yeah, it was near Maun there. So good guess from the bot there. Well played. 700 points, definitely staying alive in style as well, may I add. So this map definitely more favoring the bot's skill set, I would say. Okay, we have another one here, which I'm feeling is this Botswana again? This one's a little more hard because on the one hand, it looks a lot like Botswana, but on the other hand, we have a palm tree here, which I just don't know if I see in Botswana. First thought was like right here. Do you see ever random palm trees in Gaborone? I want to say you kind of don't. So then what do you go? Do you go like Ceará in Brazil or something? Maybe this is northeastern Brazil. At 2 times damage, it's very scary. If the bot gets this right, then it's all over for me. I could see this being maybe even Curacao. I actually don't think Curaçao's out of the question here because it feels like Botswana with those kind of trees, like the kind of trees that you get in Africa, but also in northern Colombia and over here. Like we have a palm tree. Maybe actually like a northern Colo Curacao hedge in Aruba. We'll do a bit of a bot guess and go Aruba here. That could be fun. Botswana and then just Brazil as well. That's the 3 possibilities here. I will leave it until we see what the bot says, and then I'm so keen to have a look around on this round because this is a fascinating one. So here we go. Let's get in here. What do we include in the screenshot? We have to include the palm tree. That's only fair. So let's go like that. Number 12. We'll go over here into the moment of the truth here. I'm very, very keen to see what the bot thinks, man. And oh my gosh, what's it gonna say? Botswana. Okay. I just don't know. Is that really, if that's a palm tree, I mean, it looks like Botswana off the bat, but it's going right downtown in, wait, no, this actually might be a different town. I think that's different coordinates. Okay, let's find out here. Yeah, it's a different town here. Where's it going? Oh no, it is also just a bit further north in Gaborone. Okay, interesting. 2 identical guesses in a row here. Okay, so let's put the bot in, obviously, in Gaborone here. Did I throw? Because at 2 times damage, the bot just wins here, straight up, if it is Gaborone, which would be my second thought, by the way. Let's head on over here to Geoguessr, and I like it. I think this is Brazil, of course, with these polls. Yeah, just 1 palm tree changed everything there. Otherwise, I would have had the same guess. It does look like Botswana, like these trees especially. The Aruba hedge will pay off for us here. Obviously, we are quite a bit closer. Is it like Ceará? That was my other thought here. Okay, and it was actually in Rio Grande do Norte. Yeah, we did a bit of damage. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to tab there quite fast enough, but the bot survives. 300 health left and a dream. Well, that was a fun round. round. I'm glad I could even outsmart the bot on the vegetation because there was no coverage matters there. That didn't really help us. But okay, next one here. Does this feel like an American field or a European field? I feel like if this is the US, we may see a fence. So maybe instead of the US, I'm thinking like Romania or Ukraine or something like that instead. I could definitely see Ukraine working quite nicely here. Russia, man, there's really nothing to go off of here. I think maybe it's Canada or Ukraine in a weird way. And I think I prefer Ukraine by a little bit here. So let's go middle Ukraine here. I guess my other guess would be like Saskatchewan or something, but they're pretty far apart guesses. So we'll just have to see here. Head on over to the bot's view. Let's take our screenshot. I feel like this is going to be the final round. Where is the bot thinking? And Moldova. Wow, we end up with really similar guesses there. Okay, the photo was taken in a rural area. There are some trees, no there aren't, in the background, and the sky is blue. The location is likely outside of the United States due to lack of English signage. Bro, I swear this descriptions are just cope sometimes. But the model is real. It really is powerful, nonetheless. We don't have any reference images here. So let's get on over into Google and see where exactly in Moldova, because it could actually matter here where the bot clicks. And in before it actually is the US, by the way. Oh, and the bot clicks actually in Romania. That's really funny. Okay, we'll go for the Romania, I guess, obviously. So just like over this direction, southeast of Larsi. So let's head back into Geo here. Okay, the bot is clicking there. Let's put the guess in and see what is actually going to be the case here. Will the central Ukraine or Romania work, or will it just be US or Canada? If it's US, that's going to be the funniest moment of all time. And oh my gosh, it was not the United States. The bot is the goat for that. It does 5 damage to me there. It was New Brunswick. I was never going to go New Brunswick, but to be fair, Canada would have been my next choice after Ukraine. Okay, triple damage now, and we have, oh no, we have language. Now, attention. The sign felt so European, but that looks like it's in English. I mean, I could still see this being a European country where it's just in English, or they happen to have the same word for attention as English does, but the background looks American to me, but the fence, I'm not so sure. I feel like I have to trust that this is American though, even though the phone number also doesn't feel quite right. Oh my gosh, guys. This map is a pain. Where would you see this? Like Poland? Could this be Poland? I don't think they would spell it like that in Polish though, that's the thing. And like, otherwise, why would they have it in English? It just doesn't make sense. So I guess maybe like West Virginia or maybe even Northeast US something. It does feel kind of northern, right? So maybe like Pennsylvania hedge here. I feel like Pennsylvania hedge is where my heart ultimately lies. But okay, well, it's 2024. Interesting. It doesn't really help me too much. I'll leave it in Pennsylvania here. Not really confident on the guess, but I feel like it's a decent hedge for everything it could be here. Let's see what the bot thinks. Obviously, we're going to include the entire scene on this screenshot so that the bot gets a proper view of what exactly is going down here. And moment of truth here. Let's see what the bot is thinking here. The hilarious Moldova guess. This time, a lot going on, especially with a sign. Let's see what the bot's justification is here for a France guess. I feel like we might be done, guys. I feel like they might spell that the same way in French. So let's see here. There is a sign. The sign is written in French. No way it can read that. That's impossible to read. Is that going to be... No, it actually knows what that says. I don't believe it. Private property, no trespassing. Oh my gosh. If this is France, then the bot's a genius. But what if it's Quebec? What if it's Quebec though? Okay. I mean, I feel like we should not actually, ruin the suspense here. I feel like we should actually just guess. And then maybe we can take a look at the round after here. Oh, we didn't put our marker down here. So, I mean, actually, yeah, it may actually be relevant. Where is this going to be in France? Okay, so literally guessing Central Paris. That makes life nice and easy. Let's put in the guess here and head on over back to the zigzag account, guys. Pennsylvania versus Paris. If this is Quebec, I'll laugh so hard. I'm pretty sure this phone number is just not American. I think I screwed up. I don't know, the trees looked kind of American though. Let's find out here. It is actually France. What a crazy guess from the bot there. I mean, maybe a bit of a throw, but I think even if I went Europe, I wasn't going France. So let's take a look at that round there. Well played to GeoSpy. What a crazy one here. I mean, that's just not legible, bro. I refuse to believe it. That's also not whatever it said. However, it got that that's crazy. Okay, well, what did we learn today? Well, the bot is if it was trained on GeoGuessr locations, it would be insanely cracked. As it stands, against a proper GeoGuessr player, you've seen that the bot kind of struggles sometimes with the NMPZ scenes to guess the right country, which makes it a lot of fun to play against. I feel like this is a good competition if you're a bit lower rated than I am. You could actually get a good run for your money and probably learn a bit about the bot's justifications. But obviously, as I said, never use this in multiplayer. That is definitely bannable. Definitely you will get banned for it. But yeah, that's it for the video. If you want to see the return of the AI on the channel, then let me know. But this has been a lot of fun. And guys, thank you so much for watching the video all the way to the end. Sorry for my sick voice, but I'll see you guys in a video very soon. Till next time, and goodbye.